What's up, guys? I'm Alan at Edge Autosport, and today I've got a wall of gray behind me. This Ford Raptor, it's a 2020, and we are going to be installing an access port and baselining both stock and with the Cobb off-the-shelf map. We're going to do stage one. This truck does have the upgraded CPE front mount intercooler and downpipes installed. They're just installed in the wrong end of the truck right now. So next week we're going to have it back with stage two setup. We'll baseline that, and then we'll do some custom tuning. But for now, let's start and see what it makes completely stock. All right, so we just finished up the baseline on this 2020 Ford Raptor, and it made 440 foot-pounds of torque and 337 horsepower. So now I'm going to take the access port and we're going to flash the stage one 91 octane map, the off-the-shelf map from Cobb, and we're also going to flash the Cobb Sport transmission map, because this access port is the one with the TCM tuning as well. Going to go ahead and flash that now. We'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we've got the Cobb access port and our OBD2 cable. So I'm going to plug this into the OBD2 port, which is under the steering wheel, down here. And the trick is you start it in one orientation and it doesn't work. You flip it to the other orientation and it doesn't work. And then you go back to the one that you started with, and then it'll go in. It's the same as when you plug in a USB to your computer and you have to try 3 times. All right, so we got it plugged in. We're going to turn the ignition on. We're going to get a wicked cool picture of a Raptor and some instructions. This is going to show you how to use the access port, the buttons and everything. We're going to hit OK to continue. OK is the center button, of course, and then we have the option to install or read codes. If we were not installing, we could check the check engine lights, but this truck doesn't have any check engine lights right now, except for those we've brought on it by putting it on the dyno. So we're going to install. And we're going to install to ECU and transmission. We're just going to hit OK. Please confirm 2019 to 2020. This is a 2020 F-150 Raptor. We are going to go with the stage one 91 octane map. Hit OK. It wants us to connect a battery charger, which we can do that. We are going to skip the factory backup on this because when you uninstall it, it's going to go back to the Cobb. Like, Cobb has all the factory stuff on there anyway, so we're not going to worry about doing backing up the factory data. All right, and now it's going to make a lot of noises and blinky lights and try to kill you with the seat if you're not careful. And make sure you guys stay tuned for this entire process. We're going to play it in real time. I'm just kidding. Fast forward, please. All right, so we're almost done. All right, installation successful. We're going to turn off the engine. All right, so we've turned off the ignition, and I want you to have it off for 15 seconds. And after that, you can turn it back on. And hit OK. And now it's going to flash the TCM. So we're doing the Cobb Sport. Hit OK. Hit OK. Skip factory backup. You don't have to skip the factory backup if you don't want to. It's not a bad thing to do. For the essence of time is why we're doing it, and it's not really necessary. But if it's something that you're concerned about and you want to make sure that you have your data backed up to the access port, then go ahead and do that. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Okay, so the trans flash is just finishing up now. So we're going to wait for this to reset all the learning and everything. And that's good to go. So now we're going to turn it off. Wait for 15 seconds. All right, 15 seconds. Turn it back on. Hit OK. Remember to connect to Access Port Manager for updates, for new features and stuff. And then, yeah, we're ready to go. So now we can set up our gauges and things like that. We'll go and start the truck. Anyways, now that we've got the stage 1 map on here, let's go ahead and hook up the laptop and get some baselines on the Cobb stage 1 off-the-shelf map. Now that we've finished the stage 1 off-the-shelf map, we have the comparison between the stock and the stage 1 map here for you. As you can see, between the 3,000 and 3,500 RPM region, or actually 3,000 to 4,000 RPM region, we have anywhere from 65 foot-pounds of torque to 85 foot-pounds of torque gain in that area. You can see there's gains throughout the entire curve, but that's the biggest in terms of torque right there, between 3,000 and 4,000 RPMs. And then up above 5,500 RPMs, where the stock power is really falling off, we've got about a 65 horsepower gain. And that is an incredible amount of power. You're definitely going to feel the gains. And it's as simple as plugging in to your OBD2 port and hitting a couple of buttons on the access port to flash this, and you can have this. It is definitely worthwhile picking up for your Ford Raptor. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. We are going to have this truck on our dyno again soon. We're going to get the stage 2 parts put on, or the parts necessary to run the stage 2 off-the-shelf map. That is really only the intercooler, but we also have the downpipes to put on as well. So we're going to do the CPE downpipes, the CPE front mount intercooler, and we'll get it back on the dyno next week for the stage 2 off-the-shelf map, where we can then see how much you gain from that as well. And then we're going to do some custom tuning, maybe throw some methanol at it for a little bit more power. So go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that like button if you like what we're doing here, and we'll see you next time.